Today we will continue our review of order of operations. This lesson will wrap up our review of the basic operations of arithmetic. So let's get started. As we discussed in the previous lesson, these are the 4 steps for order of operations. First, we evaluate the expressions within the parentheses. Then we evaluate all exponents, or powers. Next, we multiply and divide from left to right. And finally, add and subtract from left to right. This is often called PEMDAS. P for parentheses, E for exponents, M and D for multiplication and division, but do remember those are on the same level. We multiply and divide from left to right. And then A and S. And again, those are also at the same level. We add and subtract from left to right. Now in this first problem, we do see a set of parentheses. Right here is one set. But when we have this fraction bar or division bar, what is above and below it can also be considered a grouping within parentheses. So this 5 minus 1 is also a grouping, is also going to be evaluated in step 1. So now we have 2 to the third. And then 5 minus 1 is 4. Times, and then we have 5 plus 4. That's 9. Times 3. So I went ahead and did step 1, evaluating everything within a set of parentheses. And then anything not within parentheses, I just brought it straight down again. Moving to step 2, we're going to evaluate the exponents. We have 2 to the thirds, that's 8. So now we have 8 over 4 times 9 times 3. Since there's no longer any operations within this parentheses, I went ahead and just got rid of them. We no longer have parentheses. We no longer have exponents. So now we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. So we have 8 divided by 4. That's 2 times 9 times 3. And then we have 2 times 9. That's 18 times 3. And then 18 times 3 is 54. So our answer is 54. So that first one had a pretty high level of difficulty. Let's look at this one here. So we have the quantity 6 plus 3, and then times 8. So again, we have a set of parentheses. We have a grouping. We're going to do this operation first. 6 plus 3, that's 9 times 8. We have no exponents. Then multiply and divide from left to right. Well, 9 times 8 is 72. And that completes the problem. We have simplified, we've evaluated that expression. So this set of parentheses matter. It does change the way we evaluate this expression because we do what's in the parentheses first. Without the parentheses, we would have 6 plus 3 times 8. Again, I just left off the parentheses here. And then when we evaluate this using order of operations, we'd get 3 times 8 first, because we do that multiplication step first. And then add the 6. And then 6 plus 24 gives us 30. So that's the answer following order of operations without the parentheses. So in the second problem, we do have a set of parentheses. So we'll do all of the operations within the parentheses first, and then we will square it. So we have 1 plus, so we have 21 minus 2 times 5. So you have subtraction and multiplication inside the parentheses. We'll do that multiplication step first. That's 21 minus 10. 2 times 5 is 10. And then we'll square it. Now we have 21 minus 10. That is 11. So we have 11 squared. We can get rid of this parentheses. So that leaves us with 1 plus 11 squared. parentheses are gone. Now it's exponents. 11 squared is going to be 121. All of our exponents are gone. We have no multiplication or division. So now it's addition and subtraction. 1 plus 121 is 122. So here we have 20 divided by, and then we have this long expression within the parentheses. Now we could rewrite this as 20, and then using a bar for division, 4 minus 12 minus 10. And this is why when we evaluate this, when we see these things in either the numerator or the denominator of these fractions, everything in the numerator or everything in the denominator should be viewed as a group within parentheses. So that's why on this second problem, we can view it like this, and we will evaluate this denominator first. Okay, so let's evaluate this problem. So we have a parentheses here, and we'll do everything inside this first. Well, inside this parentheses, we have a second parentheses. So we're going to do that first. So we have 20 divided by 4 minus, and then 12 minus 10 is 2. Now we can get rid of the parentheses around the 2. So 20 divided by 4 minus 2. Still have this set of parentheses. 20 divided by 4 minus 2, that's 2. I'll go ahead and leave the parentheses off. No longer have parentheses. There are no exponents. Now we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. 20 divided by 2 is 10. And that completes the evaluation of this expression. For this fourth problem, it can be rewritten as 27 divided by, then we're going to put those parentheses here, 2 plus 2 squared plus 3, close those parentheses, and then add that 3 at the end. So those parentheses become key because this second plus 3 that's sitting here is not in the denominator. So we will evaluate this denominator first. So we have 27 all over. Well, there's no other parentheses down here, but we do have an exponent. So we'll go 2 plus 2 squared is 4 plus 3, and then add that 3 at the end. We still have this parentheses, this grouping on the bottom. So now we have 27 all over 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 3, and then the plus 3 at the end. Again, we still have this grouping in the denominator. We have 27. 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 3. So we no longer have any parentheses. We do not have any exponents. So now we multiply and divide from left to right. 27 divided by 9 is 3 plus 3. And then 3 plus 3 is 6. A great way to learn is to practice on your own. We will discuss in a bit, but go ahead and pause your screen and do these 4 problems. For this first problem, there are no parentheses. So the first step will be exponents. We have 3 squared. That gives us 9. Now we just have subtraction and multiplication. We will do the multiplication step first, leaving us with 15 minus 18, which is negative 3. For this second problem, again, we do have this grouping in the numerator, so we will take care of that first. 23 minus 13 is 10. Now we have multiplication, subtraction, and division, so we'll do the multiplication and division first. 7 times 2 is 14. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then wrap it up with subtraction, leaving 12. In this third problem, we do have a large amount within this set of parentheses, which will eventually be squared. Within the parentheses, the first operation is going to be this multiplication step here, giving us 12. Then now we have addition, subtraction, and another addition. We'll do this from left to right. 2 plus 12 is 14. And then we subtract the 4, giving us 10. And then add the 2, giving us 12. So now we have the quantity 12 squared. That is 144. And then multiplication again to 288. Looking at this last problem, we have 49 divided by 9 minus 2. So this operation in the denominator can be viewed as a grouping, as is 62 minus 2 in the numerator and 2 times 5 in the denominator. So now we'll go ahead and evaluate each of these parentheses. So we have 49 divided by 9 minus 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. And then 62 minus 2 is 60. And 2 times 5 is 10. That leaves us with 49 divided by 7 times 60 divided by 10. So now we just have multiplication and division remaining. So we can do 49 divided by 7. That gives us 7 times 60 divided by 10. I'm going to rewrite this as 7 times 60 divided by 10, because that is the arithmetic we are doing. And we can multiply 7 times 60, get 420, and then divide by 10, and we end up with the answer of 42. But we are able to evaluate this in a different way. Division is multiplication by the reciprocal. So instead of writing 60 divided by 10, we can instead say 60 times 1 over 10. The reciprocal of 10 is 1 over 10. So now we have 7 times 60 times 1 over 10. Multiplication is associative, meaning the order does not matter. So I do not need to go from left to right when all I have is multiplication. So I can instead do 60 times 1 over 10 first, and that's going to give us 6. Now we have 6 times 7, which is 42. Keep practicing working with order of operations, and I'll see you in the next video.